So Stuart, here's the hardest question. Sum up your Killie journey.
That's a hard question. I mean, it's been crazy from the word go. I mean, I think I first came here 2015, done rather poorly to be honest the first year, and I sort of looked at it and thought that was a year I can forget about. I wouldn't be back at Killie probably, and then it's amazing how the world comes about and you end up back 2 years later and you start a 4-year journey which is nothing I could ever imagined, from coming in, starting again quite poorly, to having Steve Clark come in, to having 18 months that I could never imagine in my wildest dreams, scoring some goals in some amazing moments. Obviously then you go, Steve Clark leaves, we sort of move on in our Killie journey. It's a bit tougher the last couple of years, but there's still been some moments that in the couple of years that I'll cherish. And as I said, if you look back to when I first joined the club the very first time, to think I'd be sitting here now, I just never thought it would happen.
Tell us about this opportunity and why is it the right time now?
It was, I got a call and obviously I knew I was up in the summer and maybe got to a stage that you don't know what's really going to go on in your future, and you get sort of calls about other teams maybe in Scotland and stuff, and it's a little bit, if I'm going to do that then I would stay at Killie because of what it means to me. Then you get this call out of the blue to try something completely different. It's life changing for me, for my fiancée Megan, for my family. A new different way of life, just something completely out of the blue and something that not many people get the chance to do, and it's especially at the stage I'm in my career, I think it's something I just couldn't knock back, and I think it's been a really nice way for it to finish, as in the fans understand what it means, what it can do for my life, and I'm just happy that they can see it in that way and it can end as well as it possibly can. Bonus if the club can profit out of it before me being out of contract this summer, even better. So I think all in all, for all parties, it's a good time for it to happen, and it's something, as I said, at this stage of my life I don't think I can knock back.
What is it that most excites you about the chance to play for Philadelphia and play Major League Soccer?
There's a lot of aspects. I mean, I've been playing in the SPL, really. It's the only real football I've really played. I've played 5 seasons now in this league. Any team that we play, I know the players inside out, I know the stadiums inside out, I know everything there is to know about this league. And as I said, it's something not a lot of people get to do, but I've spoke to a few guys. My old Newcastle coach, spoke to him, I spoke to Sam Nicholson, who I'm good friends with, and both of them said it's a regret you'll have for life if you don't take this opportunity on. And I think the league's improving every year out there. There's some major players that you might never get a chance to play against again, and not just like the marquee players. Now you've got the players coming through there. It's an up and coming league, and I think it's something that, as I said, if I didn't give it a go, I could love to regret it when I retire.
You talked about the kind of fans' reactions. I think that probably says a lot about you as a player, but also the way you've kind of been an ambassador for the club off the field as well, and how you've taken it to your heart.
Yeah, I mean, like, as I said, the first time I was here and the year finished, it was a chapter in my life, and I sort of put that to bed. But then when I came back, and it helps when the team's doing well, when I'm doing well, when the fans are hearing their numbers like they have been before obviously COVID struck, it's impossible not to grow that bond. And some of the moments that I've had, the goals that we've scored as a team, the last day against the Rangers, for example, the game at Tynecastle, things like this, to be able to share it with the fans and to be able to feel what that feels like, it's impossible not to hold the club dear to your heart when things like that happen. And not just that, you've got the fans off the field, but even around the place, you've got the players, the backroom staff, people don't see around the place. You've got Yeti does all the stuff, Gal does the stuff, Mark does the painting, things that people don't really see about the place. They've all became proper friends to me, and you don't just miss the football, you miss the club, you miss the support, but you miss most importantly the people around it that you've shared these great years with.
If you had to kind of talk through some of your favourite Killie memories, what would be your top 3?
Oh, top 3. I know my number one, and I've probably got my number two. Nah, top three. Third, I probably have to say my last minute goal against Celtic. I remember it quite well. We'd started the season decent. I wasn't really meant to play that game. I was carrying a knock. Got to half time, I said to the manager, I think I'm struggling, but Steve Clark at the time, as people can imagine, it didn't really give me the option to go off, and that once he said that was it final, and it turned out to be a good decision, just getting the corner in the last minute, and I think that was my first goal of that season, and to score against Celtic last minute to beat them 2-1, that was amazing. But that shows you how good it's been at Killie. That's only made it number 3. Number 2 has to be Brophy's penalty to win 2-1 to get us into Europe. The way that season had went, it was more than we'd ever deserved, and not even that, just when the goal went in, for the next hour from that to walking around the pitch to having a drink or two in the Champions Lounge afterwards to celebrate with the family, and like the board were even there, just everybody together was amazing. But I think number 1's the easiest one of all time, the goal at Tynecastle. I think that sort of led up to the Rangers game, but we had to win that game. I remember being on the pitch in that game, 0-0, thinking this third place is slipping away from us, and then obviously the video is quite historic in Killie fans' memories.
Puts his left hand up, the ball floated in, it's glancing header from Dicker, back out now to Power, 20 yards out from goal, he plays it back to Malumbu, turns and shoots, doesn't shoot, he goes round his man, it goes to Dicker, Dicker plays it in, what is going on, just shoot, it's a goal! It falls to Stuart Findlay, what a goal for Kilmarnock, it's 1-0 and it's going crazy in goalkeeper.
But the ball's falls to me, and my only regret is that my celebration was terrible. I should have been jumping right into the middle of the supporters, but yeah, that moment to win that game is the feeling when that ball hit the net and celebrating. I severely doubt I'll be able to match that for a long time.
You become a Scotland international here, and obviously your debut was a dream debut by any stretch of the imagination. It part of the hope, obviously, I'm sure Killie fans will say it as well, is that you can kick on your career now and we see you in a Scotland jersey much more often. Yeah,
I mean, I've had a few disgruntled supporters of other clubs, so to speak, that say that I might have ruined my Scotland chances by going out here, but you look at the players that have played out here, Lewis Morgan's flying out there, Johnny Russell had many Scotland caps while playing out there, so it shows you that there is a platform out there to play at and to grow. And I think what I'd done at Kilmarnock and got my Scotland Cup was obviously a really proud moment, and I don't think by any means I'm hindering my chances by going out here. I think if you do well out here, it can help elevate my sort of level, and I think the Scotland thing is always a dream that I want to continue from where I was and get an extra couple of caps to add to the one I had.
Well, Stuart, we thank you very much for your contribution at Killie, and wish you all the very best.
Cheers, thank you.